Well, hi, I'm glad you dropped by because what I'm going to show you right now is how to service your own water filter. Here's the water filter. As you know, I've been selling and servicing water filters for 23 years, going on 24, and I know that you love your water filter because when you've filtered your water, you get water that looks clearer, it has no taste, it gets rid of the smell of chlorine, and also takes out the toxins and the sediment and grit, including rust and dead insects and things like that. So when you have the filtered water, you just love it because it tastes so good. And because you love the water, I'm sure you also love my other products that I have. It's personal care and nutritionals. And the personal care items are similar to a water filter in that they come to you with no toxic ingredients in them. All those harmful ingredients that are in so many products these days, they're totally free of those. And the nutritionals, well, they're the most potent nutritional products like supplements and things. The most potent ones that I know of. So let's talk to you now about the water filters and how you service them. Here's the water filter. Now normally this is under the sink and you open the cupboard, you get into it and you find it'll be mounted on one side or the other. The main water comes in from the side here. You'll see that there's, let me show you this properly. There's a pressure limiting valve and a stop valve. So you don't need to do anything with that one, but you do have to turn off the water at the stop valve. And there's two kinds of stop valves, one that looks a bit like that, and another one that looks like that. You'll have one or the other. When you've turned the water off, and you have to do that because if you don't, well, this wouldn't open anyway because of the pressure. But if you didn't do that, you would have a flood. So, having done that, the water comes in here, and when it's gone through the filter, it comes to your faucet, which is up on the bench top, on the top of the sink, and you turn the water off here and here, and turn it on there. So, having done that, you've now turned off the water, and you have to open up these canisters. Now, we need two cloths. Put this one underneath, because when you open these up, you're going to drip some water on the floor. When you take those canisters off, they are full to the very top with water, and until you can get to lift the cartridge out of the canister, it's going to slop over. So to do that, you would have one of these, which you use to open the filter up, loosen them off like that, and when you've loosened them off, you can undo the rest by hand. Alternatively, if you don't want to use one of those, you can buy one of these from Bunnings, and they work very well. You just wrap that around the housing and you pull it in tight, and it just turns like that. And it's a very easy thing to use, and they're quite cheap. So having done that, you take out the cartridges, and I'll just take out one, just give you an idea. And inside, you will take out the old cartridges. These are actually new ones, so they're going to look a lot dirtier than that. They look brown. But you clean out the inside, and to clean the inside, you spray inside with a water solution of some food safe sanitizer. The ones that I use can be Milton's baby bottle solution, or White King, or any other food safe sanitizer that you will use, and then you'll rinse it out so you're not going to swallow it anyway. So having done that, you then have to clean out the inside. Now the inside is best cleaned with something like a dish mop, just run it around. The sanitizer can also be a detergent as well. Wash it out, clean it around with that, and then when you've done that, down the bottom you'll see that there are some grooves down there. They're hard to get out with the dish mop. Just clean it with this, it's a long handled artist's paintbrush, and it just gets into those little grooves down the bottom and makes it easy to clean. Okay, now when you've done that, the other thing that you're going to do is, do this one as well of course, Spray up into the inside of the housings here and here, and when you've sprayed them, get your dish mop and just run around inside again like that in both of them. And then each side will have a seal on it. The seal is very important. If you don't have that, you'll have water leaking out. So what you do is you grab one of my little scourers, just spray some detergent onto the scourer and sanitizer, wash it around like that, and then it'll be a bit slimy sometimes when it comes out, so give it a good wash, and then smear a little bit of food safe lubricant on it, and this is one that I use. I get it from Bunnings and it's called Hydroseal. If you don't have that, you can use a small smear of Vaseline. So having put that on there, you return the seals to the housing just like that, and then you're ready to put the new cartridges in. So when the new cartridges come, these are the ones that you're getting, and a bit hard to see the print, isn't it? Don't know why that is. Anyway, they're the cartridges. Just take off these plastic wraps and pop them in. You put the sediment filter on the inlet side. This is where the water comes in. So that one goes into that side. And this is one that's already open. So just pop it in there. And make sure that it sits properly in the bottom there. It has to sit in the centre and it's fine. And then you do the same with the other one. Put these back on and screw it up. And you only need to hand tighten them. They don't need to be tightened up with a spanner, because what's going to happen is, with use, there's an amount of rubbish and things that get into the threads, and they get tighter with use. So just hand tighten like this until it goes right up. There it goes. You'll notice there's a little bit of a gap here. If there's no gap, that means you've forgotten to put the seal in, or that the seal is damaged and it's just plastic against plastic, which is not waterproof. It has to have the rubber seal in there to make it sure that you don't get any leaks. Now, when you turn the water on, if you do get any leaks here, you just haven't tightened it enough. So just give it a bit more tightening with your fingers, and it's all ready to go. So, having done that, what you do next is you turn the water on, and you turn your faucet on and watch the water coming out. The first bit that comes out might be black, which is the carbon filter in here is flushing out the loose carbon particles that are in there. And that'll only take a few seconds, and if it goes through that and comes out black, you know the water is actually going through the filter, so that's good. After a few minutes, you can turn the water off, and that stops the water, but you're building up pressure inside the housings. So what you're doing now is you're giving it a pressure test, and if there's anything that's not quite right, you'll find it. If it leaks here, tighten them up a bit more with your hand. If it leaks anywhere else, give me a call, but you shouldn't have any other problem. These little connectors on the side sometimes get broken by people putting saucepans in the cupboard and hitting them and cracking them, but they're easily fixed. Just give me a call and I'll send you some new ones. And that's about it. Now, when it's had a few minutes with the pressure built up inside, you turn it on again. Turn this on, let the water run for about 5 or 10 minutes until it's had a chance to get rid of any of the loose particles inside. And also, when it starts running, it might look a little bit whitish, a bit of a milky colour. And that's fine, because that's just air bubbles, and the air bubbles just disappear out of the water as it's used. And that might happen for the next 24 hours, some on and off. And that's all you need to do. And then you can turn the water off, and it's ready to go. So you can use it after that for all your drinking, your cooking of fruit and vegetables, and anything else that you need filtered water for, including your cut flowers. Cut flowers hate chlorine, and if you're putting water in a fish tank, the fish love fresh filtered water as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again another time. Bye for now.